it?
For a minute.
So how long you been congregating?
Everybody don't.
Do you congregate?
No.
So
Everybody,
you know what the Bible say about that? You know what the Bible say about congregating? You don't know. All right. Give me that in Hebrews. Well, go to that. Go to that. Give me that in Leviticus 23 first.
Leviticus chapter 23 in verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts.
So who did it say he was speaking to?
The Israelites.
The Israelites, right? So we are here for certain people, right? The Israelites only. That's who we came out here for, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So God gave straight commandments to the house of Israel, and he told us to congregate. So we can't forsake the assembly of ourselves. You got that? I read that.
Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 25. Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together.
So not to forsake means what? To neglect. Not neglecting the Sabbath of the Lord. Read.
As the manner of some is.
Because some of our people are neglecting the Sabbath days. So for you to know that you're Israel, you're held to a higher standard rather than somebody that don't know. All right? Read on.
But exhorting one another.
So that's what we're doing to y'all. We're exhorting y'all to start congregating. Somebody had to exhort me to start congregating because I didn't start congregating right off bat. Somebody had to constantly stay in my ear. So if you're not hanging around godly men, then you're not going to have that. So it's good for you to get around people with the same mind state as you.
That's right.
All right? Because if you hang around worldly people, are worldly people going to tell you to congregate, do the Lord's Sabbath days? Nobody's going to tell you that, right? So you got to get around like-minded individuals. Finish reading it.
And so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
As we see the day approaching, we see the signs going on in the world. We know Christ coming back soon. We don't know when, but we know he coming, right? So it's time to get ourselves right. The times are high, so we got to get ourselves right. All right? So both of y'all know y'all Israelites, or is it just you? Okay, it's just you. You don't want to know that you Israel. What about you, bro? You know you Israel? Are you saying it just because he said it?
I am.
You saying it because he said it? Okay, so how do you know you Israel then? Prove it. So technically you don't know, bro. It's all right if you don't know. That's why we out here to edify people. Now go to Deuteronomy 28:68. I'm gonna show you this real quick, all right? And let this stick with you, all right? This is how you can prove that you are the Israelites, all right? This is one of the curses that God put upon our people. I read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 in verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So, who was brought into Egypt? You remember the time of Moses? Who was brought into Egypt? Who was it that walked? I give you a hint. Who was it that walked in between the sea? I know y'all know this. Who was it that God put the 10 plagues on? Do y'all know that? It was the Egyptians. God put the 10 plagues on the Egyptians, right? Because they had the Israelites in slavery. They had the Israelites in slavery. So God used Moses to tell Pharaoh to let his people go. Remember that? Those were the Israelites. Now I want you to pay attention to this scripture as I read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
The Lord said, I'm going to bring the children of Israel into Egypt, meaning bondage, again. I'm going to prove that. Go to Exodus 20.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
So he said, I am the same God that brought you out of the land of Egypt. Read.
Out of the house of bondage.
What did God call Egypt? The house of what? The house of what? Read it again.
Out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of what?
Bondage.
Bondage. So what's another word for bondage? How you doing, my brother?
Tied up.
So what we're showing, what I'm showing these brothers is how we know that we are the Israelites. Because that's what we're teaching. We're teaching that we are the children of Israel. All right? Now, what nationality do you classify as? What you put on the application as your race?
Black.
Black, right? Now, black is just a color in a crayon box. So why do we call ourselves by our color? You ever thought about that? So we the only race of people that call ourselves by our color.
That's right.
That's a problem, bro. What's another name we call ourselves?
African American.
African American. Who out here can prove they from they're African American? Who can prove that? Nobody, right? Because Africa and America are two continents, right? So how do you descend from two continents? Where do the Japanese man come from? No, the Japanese man. Japan, right? What about the Chinese man?
China.
China. What about us?
America.
You say America?
But we can't. But I'm gonna say Africa.
Okay, you're right. We did come out of Africa, but it's a problem when we say that we come from two countries because we only can come from one. All right, so let's get back to the scripture. Read Deuteronomy 28 and 68 again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Hey, my brother with the black shirt on. Hold on for a second. I want you to hear this. Hold on 1 second, bro. I want you to hear this. Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Who did that happen to? Who went into slavery on ships? Look at this sign right here. We got evidence to prove that, bro. We can prove that we are the Israelites. Because has this ever happened to any other race than us? Have you ever seen a Chinese man on a slave ship? What about the Arabs? Have you ever seen them on the slave ships? So what does that tell you about us? We are the Israelites.
That's right.
We the chosen people of God. But I got a question for you. Why did God allow us to go into slavery though? You can put that down also. Why did God allow us to go into slavery? What did we do?
We fight.
You said we fight? Somewhat. But we did a specific thing. What did we do? What about you? What you say, bro?
I'm waiting to hear.
You waiting to hear all prayers. We got the answer for you. Listen to this. 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So God said, if the children of Israel would not listen unto the voice of the Lord thy God, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God said if we did not listen, that he would put curses upon us. One of those curses is going into slavery on slave ships. You understand that? So what we did wrong, we didn't follow what the Bible said to do. So today what you see, we being returned unto our God. This is our God-given heritage. The Bible has always been our book, but it was taken away from us in slavery.
That's right.
You understand that? When we went into slavery, the other nations of people got their hand on the Bible and they began to manipulate us with it. That makes sense to y'all, right? Have y'all ever seen any of the slave movies? What were they teaching the slaves? Who was teaching the slaves? The master, right? So everything that the slave learned, he learned from the master. Because were the slave allowed to read and write?
Nope.
So who was it teaching them? Who taught them? Who taught them that? The master did. The master did. So it's the same thing kind of going on today. These churches that set up around you, do you go to church? What about you, my brother? Occasionally. Okay. So y'all been going to church all y'all life, but you mean to tell me they ain't never read any of these scriptures that we bringing out? That's a problem, bro. That's a problem. They never showed you yourself in the Bible. They never showed you your race of people in the Bible. That's a problem, bro. But that's why we come out here to the highways and hedges, because we understand that our people don't know. Go to Hosea 4 and 6. So this is what happened to our people. When we went into slavery, this is what happened unto us. I read that.
Hosea chapter 4 in verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
So God said that we will be destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Now just think about it. We the best in the NBA. We the best in the NFL. We the best in the Olympics. Anything you think about that we do, even in tennis, golf, we got people that dominates those sports. But the only thing we lack is knowing who we are as a people and what we're supposed to be doing as a nation of people. Have you ever wondered why out of all people we on the bottom? Have you ever wondered why all people we stay in the hood? Why we the only ones living in the projects? You ever thought about that? If you go anywhere in America and you go to the hood, guess who you gonna find there? If you go to any neighborhood that got an Arab store, guess who you gonna find there? Us. That's how we know where to go to find our people. Because God said these curses gonna be upon these people as a sign. It's gonna be upon our people as a sign to let our people know who we are in the last days. Just like this sign that says Sprint Mart right here. My brother with the blue shirt on. What's your name? Xavier. If this store didn't have Sprint Mart on it, then how would we know it was Sprint Mart?
You won't.
So it's the same way with us. If God didn't leave these curses on our people, then we wouldn't know who we were in the last days. All right. So y'all brothers got a calling. Y'all got a calling on y'all life. Do y'all know y'all purpose here? Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. What's your purpose here? Why did God bring you here? We was brought here on slave ships, but why? Why did God do that?
Serve him.
To what?
Serve him.
To serve him. So God used the other people to get us to see that we're gonna have to call upon him. We're not gonna get any mercy from the other nations of people. How you doing, my brother? Hey, come over here for a second. Come on inside, bro. You finna go in the store? Yeah. Okay, holler at me when you come out, all right? All right. So, read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13.
Hey, listen to this, my bro. I know you got to go back to work. Listen to this.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
So God said, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Now, this is King Solomon, the wisest man that ever walked the face of the earth. Listen to what he said on his deathbed. Read it again.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
So this is the purpose of the whole matter. Read.
Fear God.
So fear God. Read.
And keep his commandment.
And keep his commandments. That's our whole purpose here on this earth. We here to fear God and keep his commandments. We're supposed to be a light unto the other nations of people. They supposed to say, what kind of people is this? They supposed to say, who is this people God? They should be wondering because they should see the light in us. But today they don't see that, right? What they see? They see niggas. They see thugs. They see gangbangers. They see murderers. That's what they see. But God said we are better than that. And we got to get back to our natural estate as a people. Only way we're going to do that, bro, only thing that's going to change us is the laws of God.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word,